Hi students, in this video I am going to talk about work breakdown structure, which is in short written as WBS. Uh, why I have kept this topic uh, for the lecture is to provide an understanding of how the any given project is divided into smaller parts, and how the activities required to uh, complete the project are identified. So basically, this work breakdown structure is a tool or method used to break down the whole project into smaller and more detailed parts uh, by breaking the works into uh, different levels of hierarchy. So the whole project, uh, when it is broken down into uh, smaller parts, uh, that gives rise to one level of hierarchy, and when we break down each of these smaller parts into further uh, smaller and detailed parts, then that gives rise to another level, and so on and so forth. It goes on. So in the maybe next two videos, I have to introduce you to critical path method and program review and evaluation technique method, which is called PERT method. The earlier one is called CPM method. So in order to uh, introduce you to those two project scheduling techniques, first you need to understand how the activities uh, that are required to be uh, implemented for the completion of the projects are actually identified. So work breakdown structure is an organized hierarchical grouping of project elements or works that define the total scope of the project. Uh, Using work breakdown structure, project activities are determined by splitting the total scope or work of the project into hierarchical work breakdown levels. What is called hierarchical work breakdown levels. Uh, each descending levels or each lower level represents an increasingly detailed description of the project elements, and the breakdown uh, of the whole project is done until the activity level, which you will see. Uh, each activity with its duration and resources can provide the database for planning, scheduling, monitoring of the project. The work breakdown of a project forms the basis for identifying activities, codifying systems, sorting data, and also structuring organization, project organization. Now, uh, according to this method, the project work can be broken down into 5 broad levels, 5 broad hierarchical levels. So, at the top level is the sub project or task group level. Below that is the task level, uh, then this task each activity in the task level is broken down into what is called work package, and the level at which uh, the work packages are identified is called work package level. Then each work package in the work package level is further broken down into uh, numerous activities, and the level at which you can see the uh, various activities being identified is called the activity level, and each activity from the activity level can be further broken down into what is called operations, and the details of operations that are identified, and all the operations identified for all the activities fall under operation level. So we can take an example and see how it is being done. So you can see the whole project is mentioned here, the housing project. So this project, housing project, can be divided into smaller parts like residential building, educational building, public buildings, and external service. So these are the uh, major components into which the whole housing project is broken down. So the level in which these broad breaking down of the whole project into broader uh, elements is called the sub project level or task group level, which you saw here. Uh, After that, then each of these major uh, elements of the housing project is further broken down into smaller parts. Each of these major work groups or work elements are further broken down into smaller parts, and that level is called task level. So you can see one example here. The residential building is broken down into uh, 33 numbers of modules, and this educational building is broken down into 4 parts. 4 high schools, 6 primary schools, 4 kindergarten school, 2 nursery schools, and so on. Then each of the activities in each of the smaller work elements under the task level is further broken down into smaller parts, which is called the task level, which falls under the task level. So you can see this residential building, which has 334 number of modules, is further broken down into uh, foundation tasks, superstructure tasks, and finishes tasks. And the level at which these activities or this group of work elements uh, fall is called task level. Then each of these work uh, group elements can be then further broken down into what is called work package, and the group of work elements falling under this is called the work package level. So you can see these foundation tasks. Under these foundation tasks, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 work packages. So this foundation task is further broken down into 4 work packages. Superstructure is broken down into 1, 2, 3, 4 work packages. Similarly, finishes is broken down into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 work packages. So we will take the example of this raft construction work package, how it is broken down into further uh, smaller work elements called activities. So the raft construction in civil engineering, you can see the figure here. This is called raft construction. or raft foundation. So the foundation work is broken down into base construction, raft construction, plinth wall construction, ground floor construction. So if uh, if all these work packages are completed, then it will complete the foundation task. So you can see the work package raft construction here, and this is further broken down into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 activities, you can see. So all these work elements are lying in the activity level. So this work raft construction work package which you saw here is further broken down into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 activities. So when you complete all these 5 activities, then you can consider that this raft construction work package is completed. And when all these 4 work packages are completed, then you can say that foundation task is completed. So it goes on. So from among the activities that are required to complete the raft construction work package, we will take the example of concreting. How this concreting is broken down into further uh, work elements called operations. So you can see here this raft concreting activity. Here this concreting activity which is called raft concreting uh, activity is further broken down into cleaning and preparation of the inner side of the raft for concreting, then pumping concrete, spreading and vibrating the concrete, and then performing the finishing of top concrete surface. So these are the 4 operations required to complete the activity which is called concreting raft or raft concreting. Okay, so from this you can understand how the activities uh, of uh, of project of a project is activities of projects are identified. Okay, so after you do that, you can see another example here of the project of making a personal computer prototype, which is broken down into various levels. You can see level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, where you have the work package for making the motor, another work package for circuit board, another work package for uh, making chassis frame, another work package for read write head. So all these work packages can be uh, the responsibility of carrying out all these work packages or completing the work packages can be given to different department or units of an organization, which is overlaid in the horizontal direction like this, you can see. So this actually is showing the example of matrix project organization. So you can see design, production, testing unit or department, purchasing department, software department, and you can see the circuit board uh, is given to design uh, department and also production department. Chassis frame is given to production department to complete, and testing department work is given to the circuit board, and read write head is given to the testing department, and purchasing of motor is given to the purchasing department, and so on. So like this you can actually create a project organization. So work breakdown structure is not only useful for identifying the work activities, but also for uh, creating project organization. Okay, so I'll stop here. Thank you.